Hi everyone. I know I've done a lot of videos where I talk on things like body positivity and diet culture and eating disorders. I just kind of wanted to break down a little bit more of my thoughts on diet culture in particular because I think it can be really harmful, especially to people with PKU. I think it's harmful to anyone, honestly, but I think it can be especially harmful for people with PKU because we already are paying so much attention to what we eat every single day. Like, I can tell you what I've eaten every day. So one time I was in class at college, and one of my professors asked, he was talking about memory. It was my psychology professor, and he was explaining to us that we remember things because we've marked them as important. For some reason, our brain has remembered them because they were important. They held some significance in our experiences. So people remember things like the day their kid was born, or the day they broke their leg, or a fight they had with a parent or a friend. You remember those kinds of things because your brain has marked them as significant experiences. So to draw this point, he said, can anyone tell me what they ate for dinner last night? Raise your hand if you remember. And I think I was one of the only people who raised their hand. And this was a classroom of 100 people. And I looked around and I thought, this is so weird. I've never thought like that just to remember what you ate for dinner last night is significant. Like, I could tell you everything that I ate yesterday and probably the day before and the day before if I just remember where was I. Oh yeah, I remember what I ate. Like down to a T, I remember. Um, so that's just me kind of painting a picture of how significant what we eat is as opposed to other students. I mean, there were 100 students in that class. As opposed to our peers, we pay way more attention to food. And I think that that's funny. I'm American, and I know that in America, a lot of people pay a lot of attention to what they eat. So it was really powerful for me to look around and see that I was like the only person who knew what I ate the day before, or even a week before. So I just kind of want to talk about diet culture and how it relates to PKU and how, it can be super hurtful to us. First of all, I want to clarify that in my personal opinions, dieting is not necessary. Losing weight is not necessary. It's not an ingredient to happiness. It's not an ingredient to success. It's not going to make a person more important or more valid or more special. And I've come to learn this. I haven't always felt this way. I wasn't raised to believe this way. I was 100% raised into a diet culture world, where you were applauded for weight loss, you were applauded for doing healthy things. And I think it took me a really long time to unlearn those things and learn that dieting and trying to lose weight and trying to be this perfect healthy woman was stupid. It was fruitless, it was unnecessary, and it was never going to give me what I thought I wanted and what I thought it would give me. Um, I learned after years and years that taking care of myself was what really mattered and what was really going to make me happy. Like, for the first time in my life, I feel like I am healthy. I feel happy in my own skin. And no, that feeling still does come and go. There are still days where I am hard on myself, but I'm much more comfortable. I have this mindset of I am healthy, I am strong, and I take care of myself, and I feel good about that. Um, so I see a lot of people with PKU saying they struggle with their weight and saying they struggle to feel healthy. And I just want to say that I want you guys to appreciate how much harder you work than the rest of the population just to take care of yourselves every day, just to make sure you're eating properly every day. Like, you're working already. Like, people say, oh, why can't we lose weight? Why is it so hard? It's 10,000 times harder for someone with PKU to make a huge alteration to their diet when their diet is so finite and so fine tuned. Like, how do you change that? How do you alter it in a dramatic way? It's so, and I apologize to anybody watching this who doesn't have PKU. I apologize because I know that it's still hard to lose weight when you don't have PKU. But I always would think, gosh, it would be so easy if I could just eat, a chicken breast or, eggs, egg whites, or, lean protein and low carbs. We can't do that. But here's the thing, it's still hard for people without PKU, and it's still unnecessary. It's still like a trap that people spiral into. I mean, if you guys look up statistics on dieting and weight loss, people don't maintain weight loss from drastic diets. They don't maintain weight loss from trying to change themselves. I mean, I'm technically overweight according to any BMI scale or my body fat percentage. I am overweight. But I know that I'm healthy. I know that I take care of myself. I know that my body works well. Like, that's amazing. Like, that's a gift. So, even if even if I could lose weight, doesn't mean I need to, And that's what I want you guys to think about. I want you to realize that just because you can hypothetically lose weight, that doesn't mean you need to. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your body. That doesn't mean you're unhealthy or unworthy or invalid. Like I said, we work so much harder to just eat well every day and just to make sure that our brains are working properly. Like, that is not a common thing. That's not something that the great vast majority of the world has to do. Like, I just it I perceive these things so differently than I feel a majority of people do, because it took me a long time to see things differently. So now that I do, I'm like, whoa, this is unreal, the kind of things that people do to lose weight, or the way that people feel about their bodies or their diets. Like, it's a privilege to get to eat every day, and it's a privilege to be able to speak and read and write and think. And it's a privilege for me to sit here and talk on my phone and video this and send it out to YouTube and share it with whoever watches my channel, just to be able to connect with other people with PKU to me is amazing. And I want you guys to realize that you don't need to try to lose weight. Like, we are fighting for our health every single day. So, that to me, that's more than enough. To just say that I ate well today, and I got in my formula. I got to do something I wanted to do. Like today, for example, I got up this morning by myself. There's no one else home, and I got to drink my coffee and watch a little Netflix and cuddle with my dog and relax for the morning. And to me, that's what happiness is. It's not, oh, I lost 3 pounds. That's temporary. That's gonna go away. like, but taking care of yourself and having, you know, things in your life that you enjoy, that's what's going to bring you long-term happiness. Taking those moments out of your day to do something that makes you happy. If it's reading a book or snuggling your baby or going to the grocery store. I mean, I love that. Going shopping or painting your fingernails, brushing your hair, whatever, like something little that brings you joy. That's the kind of happiness you should be seeking, not trying to lose weight, because I mean, it's not going to solve your problems. It's not going to make you happy. It's not going to make you automatically a healthier, happier, more radiant human being. Diet culture, when I say that, I'm referring to all these beliefs that people have about food and about weight loss in general. Like, we all see it. It's everywhere. It is absolutely everywhere. Like, you know, all these fads at the grocery store, which we all see. We're hyper aware of food labels. Oh, this is fat free. This is gluten free. This is low sodium. This one's low carb. Like, I'm well aware that the foods that I eat, like when I eat gluten-free pizza crust because it's lower in protein, or if I eat vegan cheese because it's dairy-free, a lot of people who don't eat dairy or don't eat gluten are doing it because diet culture told them to, not because they actually have an inability to process those foods. There are people who are lactose intolerant or have celiac disease and really can't. And that's why those foods became popular. But there are a lot of people that simply eat them because they think they'll aid weight loss. And that's diet culture right there. Um, Protein. People eat excessive amounts of protein. People without PKU, obviously. And I've studied nutrition, not exceptionally. I'm in school. I'm not graduated with a bachelor or anything. Um, People eat a lot more protein than they need to. The thing is, we've all seen this like weightlifting culture. People who, men, for example, or women who are trying to gain weight through muscle mass, through lifting heavy weights and eating a ton of protein. That's not everyone. Not every person who exercises or not needs to eat excessive amounts of protein. Like me, I'm an adult female. I'm 23 years old, and I should be eating 45 to 50 grams of protein. If I didn't have PKU, this is hypothetical. That's how many grams of protein I need in order to have a healthy body. If I was doing extreme weightlifting on a daily basis, then I would probably need to up that a little bit, but not nearly the amount that people think you do. That's another diet culture myth that people perpetuate and that a lot of people really believe. Or low carb diets, low fat diets, low sugar diets, low sodium diets. These are all diets that certain people need to follow, but that doesn't mean they translate to everyone. That doesn't mean that every single person eating less fat is going to benefit their health, or every single person deciding to eat less sugar or less sodium or less carbs is going to benefit their health. Um, so, as a person with PKU trying to navigate this culture of eat a high protein and low carb diet, like, what are we supposed to do with that? Carbs are our main food group. We eat tons of fruits and vegetables and certain, refined carbohydrates and things like that. To tell us with our particular needs that we should have a low carb diet is ridiculous. Like that doesn't work for us. We are different. We are all, not even just people with PKU. Every human has different dietary needs. That's why these like widely believed ideas about diet are false. They don't translate to everyone. They don't work for everyone. They don't apply to everyone. They don't even apply to us at all. We have we can't eat like 85 to 90% of food that most people do eat. I was trying to tell a friend recently, like when I was at a grocery store, like, wouldn't it be nice? I always wonder what it would be like to walk into a grocery store or go to a restaurant, for example, look at a menu and being able to choose from every option on that menu. Like, you can eat anything on this menu. Whereas people with PKU, we know we open up the menu and we pick it apart and we figure out what things we can eat. And we don't figure out what we want to eat. We figure out what we can eat at a restaurant. Like, our needs are not the same as others. So, to anyone trying to lose weight, just know that, like I said before, it's not necessary. It's not going to make you happier. It's not going to make your life have more meaning. What will make you, a happy individual, a healthy individual, is just taking care of yourself. Seriously, be proud of yourself. You put so much effort into just eating every single day, just being able to eat every day. Like the financial investment, the time investment that it takes just for us to be able to eat every single day is significant. So just be proud of yourself for that. Like, you work hard, it seriously bums me out so hard how many people I see trying so hard to lose weight and thinking that because they're not super thin that they're not worthy. Because that's all I see when I see these weight loss posts. I think that poor person doesn't see how awesome they are because society has told them they think that they need to lose weight. Society has made them believe that they need to lose weight, and now they don't realize how great they are. They don't realize how many strengths they have. Like, especially as a woman, I'm not saying that men are not at all affected. Men are seriously affected by standards of beauty and standards of physique. But as a woman, how many women are validated when they lose weight? Are told, oh my gosh, good for you. You must feel so good about yourself. You must feel so great. But one thing I think people don't talk about enough is that the people who do lose weight, the women that do lose weight, they don't automatically think, oh my God, I look so good. I feel so much better about myself. No, that's not how it works. Like, the women who are real and raw and honest, I'm not saying that no one feels good about it. I'm just saying that there are a lot of real, raw, honest women who will tell you it doesn't make you feel better. It doesn't make you a better person. It doesn't make you, like, I've been there. I've lost like 40 pounds in my life within a year or so. And I mean, I can strongly verify that it does not make you feel better. It doesn't make you feel like you're the best person, like you're super attractive. I still struggle with, like I told you, I still struggle with body dysmorphia. I still struggle days where I'm like, wow, I don't feel good about myself. And it's not like I suddenly just felt like, oh, I'm so good looking. Like, no, losing weight does not give you value. Losing weight doesn't change your brain, is I think the thing we need to realize. It changes your body, it changes you outwardly, it doesn't change you internally. But what can change your brain and change you internally is taking really good care of yourself. Not by means of trying to lose weight, by means of doing things you enjoy, eating things you enjoy, and eating things that make you feel good. Like, if a cupcake is what makes you feel good, eat a cupcake. You know, this morning, I got up thinking, I want to eat a smoothie. I want to eat something super nutrient dense. But then after I had my coffee, I thought, I really want some waffles. That sounds really good right now. So instead, I had some waffles. Like, they were low in protein. I had some fruit. I had some coffee. I had some waffles. They were delicious. And that was how I nourished myself today. And that's okay. Like, it's so easy to dwell and think, wow, I could have done better. Like, that's just silly. It's just ridiculous to me. But yeah, just do the things you enjoy, eat the things you enjoy, and appreciate all that you're able to do, all that your body can do, all that your brain can do. Like, we're very lucky, I think, this day and age, at least especially where I live and in certain countries. We are very lucky to have so many foods to access that are safe for us to eat. Like, to have all these options that are gluten-free and vegan. I remember growing up, and I'm only 23, I'm not that old. Like, I wasn't around with PKU in like the 80s or the 70s when it was much harder, but I know that when I was young, these things weren't available. I grew up in a small town in the Midwest. Like, there weren't vegan foods available. There weren't gluten-free options. There weren't all these really awesome like frozen vegetables and all these really cool things to try. But now it's 20 years later, and I live in a city, and there are restaurants that offer gluten-free and vegan options, lots of restaurants, and the grocery stores nearby are awesome. I can buy gluten-free foods. There are specified aisles for vegan cheeses and all that kind of stuff. So we're very lucky to live, at least I am, very lucky to live in the time and the place that I do. Because, 70 years ago, if I had been diagnosed with PKU, my life would be detrimentally different. So, and basically, what I want you guys to take from this video is I want you to step out into your life today and acknowledge what is real, acknowledge what is true, and realize that, acknowledge the myths, acknowledge the stuff that, like, that's not true. Acknowledge that denying yourself a cupcake is not going to make your life better. It's not going to make you lose weight. It's not going to make you thinner. It's not going to make you happier. Denying yourself food that you want is just going to make you sad. Call out diet culture. Say, literally call it out. That's what I do when I see it. I'm like, that's not true. Like, no, I don't need to lose weight. Or no, I don't need to eat a low carb diet. Or, you know what? I can eat something with a lot of fat in it because it's delicious, and fat is actually good for you. It's good for your brain. It's good for your body. It helps synthesize the necessary processes in your body. Like, there is no macronutrient that you can just live without. So I want you guys to do that. I want you to acknowledge all these awesome things in your lives. Do the things you love today. Do something you really enjoy today, even if it's only for 2 minutes. And shut down that voice in your head that is completely fabricated from diet culture that says, oh, you shouldn't eat that because it's not healthy. You know what you need. You know what is healthy for you. Listen to yourself. Listen to your body. When you're hungry, eat something. If you're craving something, eat it. The world can't tell you what you need. You know what you need. And I know I've talked about this before on my page. You know what you need better than anybody else. It's just like someone telling you how to feel when you say you're upset. Like, for example, if you're crying and you're really upset about something, someone invalidating your feelings and say, you're not upset. What are you upset about? You have nothing to be upset about. We've all been there. We've all had our feelings invalidated by somebody. And can you imagine that we do this to ourselves all the time when say you're hungry and we say, I'm not hungry, I'm just craving food for no reason. That's completely illogical, and yet we all do it. We all will be like, oh, my stomach is growling, or oh, I really, really want to eat that. No, that's invalid. That's ridiculous. Why do I think that? No, it's your body telling you you're hungry, just like when you're crying. You're sad. You're crying because you're sad. Arguing with that is illogical. So I could ramble on here for a while, but I think I've made my point. Again, please like and subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of videos about PKU and diet culture and things like that. So I'd love to hear your requests. I'm always looking for new topics about PKU regarding to PKU to cover here. So leave me a comment. I'd love to address it. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching my video, guys.